Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping. I hope you all got your seatbelts on. Yeah, on your saddle, seatbelt yourself into the saddle, dig them spurs in deep, and hang on. All right, first let's see who all's here. All righty. All right, so first in was Chef Tech, and then Mark also popped in 2 minutes later with also first for Mad Chick Acres. Walt Rogers showed up, Troop 1351. Oh, and Troop 1351 said posted they're a member for 22 minutes and a bunch of emojis across the bottom there. Then Shady Hill Homestead, Phelan Clan Wolf, Suzanne Gallet, Tammy at Rebel Canners, and everybody's posting what ads they were watching. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Food Forest Permaculture, Howie. Grammy Karen is here. Phil B. Me Too is here. And oh, Chase. Oh, yeah. And Tibor's in the house now. And Caitlin Strain is here. And Caitlin got a weight loss drug. Oh yeah, Big Pharma's got to make us overweight and then make us skinny again and make us buy stuff to put weight back on because we got too skinny. And what is going on here? Oh, that's why that dropped off there. There we go. So I got multiple screens up here. So when I'm looking at one screen over here, or I'm looking at another screen over here, or I'm looking at the one right in front of me. Okay, so tonight's stuff. Got 12 things from, I'm going to get this down so I can get the news back up over on this screen over here. All right, I got 12 articles here from some from California, some from Epic Newsroom. So we're going to start off here with something that I almost sent a copy of this to the staff sergeant, but she would have gone friggin' ballistic on it. Of course, she may have found out about it anyways and gone ballistic anyways. 2.4 froze. 2.4 billion with a B profit, not income and then expenses. That's after expenses. That's the net profit, not the gross, the net profit by Pacific Gas and Electric last year, as customers are hit with multiple rate hikes. It's the Marshmallow Man's here. Well, we have to have profits for our shareholders. No, you don't. It's a gamble for them. They're on the stock market. It's a gamble for them. So I can see there's going to be lawsuits. Customers doing class action lawsuits to. Well, you made $2.4 billion in profit. How about turning over $2.39999 back to the customers? This one I didn't go into because Epic Times sometimes means I go only give it to me free, so I can only go in so many times a month. And the headline is Washington Supreme Court reverses ruling on police officers who attended January 6th rally. Now you notice Epic New Times calls it a rally, whereas MSNBC and the others call it what were they calling it? An attempted coup. Duke Energy does the same thing. That's where Costco makes most of its, all its money comes from the memberships. Everything else is sold at cost or below cost. So they're just getting you in there on memberships so they can make the money. And they sell everything else at cost or below cost. And then, of course, there is the $1.50 hot dog, which will never, ever go above $1.50 for the hot dog combo meal. The hot dog and the soda. And then there's the was it the $4.99 or $4.98 rotisserie chicken, which will never go up. So let's see what it says here about this article here. See if I can get into it. Washington State Supreme Court. Also, police officers who attended the rally can be identified, whereas before they couldn't. And the Washington State Supreme Court said yes. And so 6 Seattle Police Department officers that went to the rally are being dimed out. Yeah. So basically now they're throwing them under the bus. But that's just what identifying them there. So six Seattle police officers went to the walk in January. 2 were identified and fired by the department after the leaders found that they crossed barriers that had been erected by Capitol Police. The pair were never charged with a crime. Well, they were never charged with anything, or if they were never even arrested, there's probably part of the lawsuit going on there. So let me get out of that one. So yeah, the demon rats sitting at the Washington State Supreme Court are hanging the law enforcement up to dry because, well, geez, they shouldn't, they should know better, or they shouldn't, they shouldn't be, they should be held to a much higher standard or lower standard, as the case may be. All right, this next one, it has to do with eggs. Oh, eggs! I wonder what's going on with eggs. Josh is in the house. Hey, Josh. Diana 2's here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Okay. All right, next one is egg. Here's the headline: egg -excellent, like excellent, excellent egg substitute amid soaring prices. California bankers talk. How restaurants are handling the uptick in egg prices. Here's what pros. Here's what to substitute and when it's worth to crack open real eggs for recipes. Mark's going to be going ape on this one. Utah Mike's in the house. So what they're talking about here is California eggs are selling for an average of $8 a dozen. Not according to my wife. Everywhere she looked, it's like $9.95 or to $13 a dozen. Let's see here. Come on, where is it? They're keeping all this fluff in there, trying to make the article longer and stuff it on it. During 3 restaurants during the bird flu epidemic. No, it's not a bird flu epidemic. There is no bird flu epidemic. It's the demon rats at the USDA illegally ordering chickens destroyed when they tested negative for anything. Anyways, what's this say? Key ingredients. Where is it? For bakers, substitute spots should be used with a trial and error. Look into the we looked into the pioneering woman cooking and baking website for some ideas to get by with 10 egg substitutes. Vinegar and baking soda equals 1 tablespoon distilled vinegar, 1 teaspoon baking soda equals 1 eggs. Eggs are also used as leaveners to make baked goods rise, like cakes. Yes, and then of course, some of them just have stuff in it already. Liquid egg substitute is an option for egg replacements for scrambled eggs. I wonder, since it's an egg substitute, I wonder what chemicals they're using in the egg substitute that they're going to find out later is causing thousands of people to get cancer. Powdered egg replacement. This is a commercial egg replacement. Is dehydrated egg mixture. So it's a dehydrated egg mixture. I wonder what's in there besides eggs, because it's a mixture. Flaxseed in warm water, finely ground flaxseed and warm water. 10 minutes of time equals 1 egg. Vegetable oil. Oh, hell no. Just forget that one. We're not even going to go with that one. Applesauce. Tammy's talked about this one a lot on her channel. Quarter cup unsweetened plain applesauce equals 1 egg. Plain and simple. That is if you need the egg just for binding and moisture, not for the rise. If you need the rise, then you add the vinegar and baking soda. And so, chia seeds and water, and that is for a binder only, not for a razor. Arrowroot powder and water for a binding and moisture. Best if used with a leavening agent such as yeast or the vinegar and that. So, anyways, that is the how they're getting by. But I bet that the total egg substitutes what they're using a lot of, and chemical stuff. Not even sure what that is. Next one, I'm not even going to go into. I'm just going to read the stuff. Yeah, and the goods. Sorry, next one down. There it is. And the good stuff is either avocado oil or olive oil, not vegetable oil or rapeseed oil, which is, bad for you. All right. Anyways, the next one is California expands high fire hazard zones. We are living in a new reality. Yeah, you've been ripped off and kicked to the curb and backstabbed by your democratic, demon-ratic elected leaders. Oh, another one in Epic Times. I'm not going to dig into. You probably have seen it a bunch by now since it came out a couple days ago. I've already seen videos on it and on reels and stuff on it. Doge flags 4.7 trillion with a T as in treason. 4.7 trillion treasury payments. This next one is, this next headline is a bullpucky headline. Flu skyrockets across California, claiming 11 children. No. What's causing the sickness in California is all the crap parents are feeding their kids, all the poisons that big pharma and chemicals and the chemical industry are pumping out there to make everybody sick so they can give them drugs to make them well. Oops, side effects, we need more drugs. And so the kids in California are so sick and malnourished from the crap they're eating. That's why they're getting sick and dying. And someone says, well, they had the flu. Well, all right. It's like saying, a knife killed him. No, the knife didn't kill him. The butcher with the knife killed him. So it's the sickness of the food and stuff is what's killing them, really. Tammy Harder's in here. All right, let's see. This one I haven't gone into. I'm going to go into this one just because it's going to be interesting here. Headline: Crackdown on power guzzling data centers may soon come online in California. A spat, S-P-A-T-E, of new bills in California and other states would protect consumers from electric rate hikes that subsidize data centers. Okay, so data center, they raise the rates and stuff to keep the data centers going and stuff, so the internet doesn't collapse, and that's part of what the rate hikes are for. Or we need the rate hikes for this, and so the power company go, here you go, here's discount electricity for you. They give them discount electricity, and they keep all the extra money, that for the rate hikes, so they can do that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's also data centers for banks and stock market companies and all that sort of stuff there. All right, so this is going on across the nation, but the California news can only highlight their stuff, I think. So let's go and just check it out. But liquidation sales begin at 61 Joann's fabric stores in California. And does it say anything about for the rest of you guys? So 61 out of 75 Joann's locations are being labeled liquidation stores. I need to go check out the Joann up here, see if it's doing it. Come on, it's not going anything else. Still got crap going on. People trying to get people come over it. It's not mentioned how many stores in other states. No, not saying how many stores in other states. You can probably check for your local states to find out how many Joann fabrics are being turned into liquidation stores, where others are just being closed, shuttered, and they're moving the stuff to the liquidation stores. Yeah. How do you lose? They didn't lose it. They paid it out they made payments out to it that they weren't supposed to make. That they were making. That I'm not saying who, Democrats, one way or another pocketed the money. How else does someone who has $147,000 a year job in 4 years suddenly go from barely making it by to having $20 million in investments and stuff? You didn't see much. Okay, Tammy. All right, close that one. Get back over here. Next one up here is, so there's been rumors flying about that, Doge is going to send out stimulus payments. No, they're not sending out stimulus payments to people. And so the headline is, will California residents see froze? Will California residents see Doge stimulus payments? What to know in California? I got to look at this. This is going to be a laughter here. It's coming up here slowly. President Trump says he likes the idea of giving $5,000 back to taxpayers as a Doge dividend, in quotes, from Elon Musk's apartment. Not a stimulus payment. That's the Democrats' bullshit, is the stimulus payment. Let's see. It's keeping it short here. Okay, so Doge advisor and Arizona investment firm CEO James Fishback pitched the idea of a Doge dividend on X based on the department's anticipated $2 trillion in savings. Forbes noted there are significant obstacles related to a potential Doge dividend, including understand that the economic impact would have and legal challenges. Yeah, the economic impact on it would be, whoa, everybody has more money to spend and the economy is going to improve a little bit because we're not robbing everybody blind. Oh, we can't have that, the demon rat scream. Yeah. Here's a good paragraph in here. Speaking at an investment conference in Miami on Wednesday, Trump said the potential for dividend payments would incentivize, I can't even pronounce the word, give people the incentive to report wasteful spending. Yeah, and be whistleblowers and try to get their jobs protected in the whistleblowing. Get their bosses that are wasting money out. Okay. Yeah, it does not say anything about it. There's nothing there about what it means and how. What does it say? You know what to know in California. It doesn't talk anything about what California is getting. Another fake headline out of California. The next one here, headline is, quote, a disaster, unquote, question mark. California's bullet train now under new federal review. Yeah. Let's see, they've spent how many billions of dollars and they got a quarter mile of track laid? But they've bought swaths through farmlands and the farmers can't do anything near the, big old swaths instead of narrow, they just, they're just stopping farmers from growing. And what was it saying in here on it? Officials aim to determine whether $4 billion in federal taxpayer dollars should remain committed to the project. Hell no, yank it back, kill the project, make them sell the property, or make them give the property back to the landowners and sell everything else off, like Biden was trying to sell off, and Newsom were trying to sell off the materials for the wall, the southern wall. Get some money back and pay it back to the people. People were not excited. It says people were excited. They were thrilled, to take people off the road. Yeah, no, they weren't. People were not thrilled about this. They were complaining about it from day one, the majority of the people. All right, last one here. This next one shows how, oh no, we can't have that. We can't. Oh. So basically, fight between 3 high school students causes 2 students to be hospitalized and the school to go under a shelter in place because they were fighting. Oh no, they were fighting. We got to lock everybody down. I remember fights in high schools, and all the kids are standing around the girls too, just watching. Yeah, they're fighting. And people were making bets on it too. Hopefully those are some of those new armed IRS agents that they don't need to have, that are armed, that they don't need at all. Yeah, just like the $1 million toilet seats in the military. Yeah, that's how I say. Remember that we had an election. The party said one they'd give everyone $1,000. After winning, they said no money and blamed Uncle Trump. Now, they should be been blaming Captain Crazy. This legal, this Senate, yeah, actually, just the whole thing. Just get rid of the whole thing and go back to tariffs only, or just go to a simple flat rate, 10%, instead of jacking up with some people paying 10%. And if you're retired on Social Security, 0. Mother's Garden Club came in. I missed her coming in. All right. All righty. So let me close that one. Anything else there on that one? All right. So that's the news. Oh, shoot. I hit the wrong button there. Get that back going. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Close my email. I got all the stuff. There, we're back to that. Okay. There we go. Get back that way. All right. And back up here. All righty. Okay, they were those that higher than that. Okay, so let me go and drop this out of the view and drop the Control C. Let's see. There we go. Okay, wrenches, there's the link. Let me go ahead and pull up the, no, I don't want green screen. I want Facebook. I want the fake book. Fake book means. I think I only have 2 here. I got 3. Let's see if I can get this to come up here. Okay. Yeah. Get that one open there. There's Mark. Let me launch this one. Howie's going to love this first meme.
Uh-oh.
Howie's going to love it.
Yes. I sent you that one.
Yeah. Causes cancer, autism, ADHD, psychosis, and other stuff.
All kinds of health problems.
This cures cancer, ADHD. Not sure about autism. Probably helps with psychosis for sure.
Yeah. Get out in nature. It helps a lot of things.
Yeah. All right, Kaylin sent me a messenger. In Messenger sent me a meme. I'm gonna have to look at that in a second here. All right, so we got the other one here. For those of you that can't see that good enough, hang on. Let me make this bigger here and lower it down. Dear Mother Nature, get back on your meds. Drink some coffee and start thinking warm, happy thoughts.
Yeah.
No, Mother Nature stopped sucking up the glyphosate.
There you go. Woohoo! Now, if I can get Joe to say it right, I'm batting 1,000.
Right now for the other new one. I wasn't pulling many out this week. I spent a lot of time in the kitchen canning this week. All right, this comes from the great socialist state of Oregon. Not Oregon, Oregon.
All gone.
So, the blue line is the test scores in math, and it's been going down and down and down. Reading went up a little bit, and then it went down and flatlined, and then it nosedived. And that it started nosediving in 2019. Gee, you think the plan fakeness had anything to do with that?
Nah.
And that actually, because it started in the middle of school year, and then the gray line here, kind of going up here just a little bit here, is inflation. Spending went. All right, we got a good lift off. We're going good. Engaged afterburners. We're going ballistic. Yeah.
It's getting worse. Throw more money at the crappy system we just created. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen for all across the nation, different states putting out people from different states pushing out this type of a thing for their individual states. But this is the only meme I saw where I could pull out everything else for videos. And it was like,
but don't worry, we're teaching our kids to be the opposite of what God taught them to be. We're good.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, is it any wonder that we need to eliminate the Department of Uneducation and let the states go back to making choices for what works in their region, and then allowing the states allowing the counties, different areas, different counties and stuff that have different challenges in their areas to address those challenges to get their students learning. And wait a minute, allow schools to put back wood shop, metal shop, auto shop, home ec. Some of them had they didn't kind of as home
horticulture. Yep.
But they had those as well. But they had ones on budgeting and stuff that they pulled out. How to set up a home budget. They pulled that out of the math classes.
Finance. Yeah, finance.
Yeah, exactly.
Personal finance. That was a class back when I was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Nobody paid attention because we're in 7th grade. I didn't care about personal finance in 7th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. I really hate the glyphosate ads here that have
Roundup.
Put up saying,
it's so good for your.
And it says, Idaho farmers need this. It's healthy. It's safe. There is no side effects to it. Learn the truth.
It's safe and effective. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay. Why do all the people in the factories wear Class A hazmat suits? Why are the truck drivers gloving up high when they connect stuff up? And why are the guys out in the field in Class B hazmat suits?
Yeah, but it's okay for you to eat that apple and the wheat and the grain and everything else that we just sprayed because it's okay. It's tested below minimum standards for health issues. Yeah, okay. How much money did that cost? I don't know. Give me another $10 million and we'll tell you it tests at 0 for health problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just stuff that's, yeah. Anyways, I did a loaf of bread using the Icorn wheat.
How'd that come out?
Well, it reacted. It reacted like I believe it reacted like a gluten-free wheat or flour, and so
Didn't rise.
it came up and it went bloop.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was up 3/4 of the way up to where it was supposed to be, and then dropped down to half.
That would be a bread machine issue. You might want to research doing it in the oven.
No, because I followed the standard recipe for bread. You can't.
Yeah, but
I found out you can't follow the standard recipe for bread when using these ancient wheat flours.
Right. No, as I said, look it up. Look up that particular flour and do it in the oven, not a bread machine, which only has certain settings.
Well, yeah. Well, things they had the setting for the gluten-free bread, and that's what I should have used. I should have put it on that, and I should have followed the recipe, which says to use a half a cup more flour, 2 tablespoons of powdered milk, half a teaspoon more of yeast, and a tablespoon more of sugar.
Yeah, I finally found my bread machine that went missing in the abyss of storage in my basement 15 years ago. I opened a box. I was like, "Hey, honey, guess what I found? Found the bread machine." We thought we gave it away. Still have it. But I think this week, Saturday, I'm going to be canning up a whole bunch of tomato sauce that my wife bought. She loves it. And then Sunday, I'm going out to my buddy Richard's house, and we're going to be cutting a whole lot of firewood out of her sister's yard. Had a bunch of trees come down.
Okay. Semi lost it on the ice, knocking down concrete divider into the southbound lanes.
Ouch.
Yeah. Over on 80 in I think it's 80 over in Colorado, Wyoming, one of the ones. There's a big tunnel, two bores going through, 2 lanes each one. Kind of reminds me of the one just outside of not Wells, Elko. The Elko tunnels reminds me of the Elko tunnels.
We got 2 in Pennsylvania.
Truck was going through it, and I found all sorts of reels on. People started posting all the reels and stuff from the cell phones. Trucks were going through it. All of a sudden, the truck's slowing down. They all stop. Gets out and looks, and there's a truck jackknife about 20 feet inside the tunnel.
Yeah, and he didn't know how to read English. I read that one.
And so it piled, and then it was jackknifed. Another truck piled in, and some cars piled into him. And then after a little bit, all of a sudden, before they could, emergency crews could get all there and everything, oops, it caught fire. And black smoke just coming out of both ends of the tunnel. So everybody back in the backup had to try to evacuate on foot as the smoke just started coming over. People are stupid. They're going to be there. Whoa, there's smoke coming. Wow, the smoke's getting worse.
Wow, I can't breathe. Anything. Wow, I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly. I can't breathe now. So, yeah, I mean, it was some bad stuff coming out of that tunnel. But, yeah, another 30 feet, and he would have been outside the tunnel. And we jackknife, he would have gone over into the meridian and stuff, and it wouldn't have been quite as bad as a pileup. And when he caught fire outside, it wouldn't have smoked out the tunnel. But, hey, when you're going through a tunnel like that, you don't do stupid shit, people.
Yeah, I read he shouldn't have had a license to drive a truck.
Yeah.
Couldn't read the signs, had no English skills at all, and did something dumb. I don't know what it was. I didn't read that far into it, but
probably I read changed lanes or something.
Yeah, he did something stupid he shouldn't have because he didn't know how to read. Yeah, because he's not Americanized, English speaking.
Hey, when my German ancestors came over, they studied hard to learn English.
You had to. That was how you did it.
When my French ancestors came over, they already knew a little bit of English because France, across the channel, they had dealings.
Yep.
But they learned to get rid of their accent. My Italian ancestors, when they came over, they just settled in the East Coast and stayed there and still stuck with an accent to do the all the But they speak English.
New York. I'm in New York.
They can read. They can read right. They just can't speak right.
Yeah. I'm making a pizza. Shut up.
Yeah. I'm making a calzone. And my Irish came over, already knew how to speak English, stopped using Gaelic, but they picked up the German accent for wash your clothes.
Yeah. Gotta wash. Yeah, gotta
wash. Yeah, I mean my wife got on me so bad about that until she heard my grandmother and other ones saying. She's like, I said, it's the German, it's the Schwartz. Wash.
May the Schwartz be with you.
I grew up with that. Give me a friggin' break. Yeah, I've been speaking it that way for 30 years, and now I met you. Give me a break.
So my mom, the thing that is on sliders that comes out of a cabinet is called a drawer. My mom always called it a draw. Shut the draw. And I always said that until I got laughed at. Like, what the heck is a draw? It's like, that's a draw right there. I knew how to spell it. I just didn't pronounce it right.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of English words that are mispronounced. It's a drawer. So you're drawing it out. It's a drawer.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah. And there are a lot of things that just in English language is, because the English language is a conglomeration of 20 different languages.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
Yeah. You got ancient languages that are still thrown in there, and then you got the Saxony. Then you got the begins with an N. The Normans, and then you have the French, and then you have the Germans, and then you have
Let's chuck a little Latin in there. Let's chuck a little Latin in there just to piss everybody off.
Yeah, you got the priests coming in then and saying Latin stuff and everything else, and then you had all the different Celtic variants going on, because you had the German Celtics, you had the Irish Celtics, you had the Scottish Celtics, you had the Norwegian Celtics / Vikings, all and Spanish too, coming up there. Yeah, it was just English language is Heinz.
Yeah.
Yeah, English language is Heinz 57.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just but yeah, I mean, people that and so like I said, tracing my roots when they all had moved from Sweden to Norway, learn new language. From Norway to northern Scotland, they had to learn from Scotland to southern England. They had to learn a new as they moved around. They had to learn the local pronunciations and the local languages and
local dialect. Yep, everything.
Yeah, and just everything, and they had to learn it because they had to learn it to get along. They wanted to be successful. They had to learn to speak. Not, I'm going to keep speaking my native language, and you got to learn mine. You got to put everything in my language too.
Some of their local slang came out, and that got integrated. Look at New Orleans.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the French, whatever, French Quarter.
Creole,
that's it. It's a mixed match of French, African, and in European English. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Good luck translating that mess.
And not only that, but there's two distinct very distinct groups down there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you call the other group's name, whoo, fight's on.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Welcome to America. The mixing bowl without a spatula.
Somebody forgot to scrape the sides down.
You got it. I knew you were going to get it. I don't know if anybody else in there. Tammy would get it. I know Tammy McNeil would get it. Rebel Cannons would get it. But yeah.
Yeah.
You're mixing cake. You got to use the spatula to clean the edges, sides off.
The raccoon chef has spoken. Scrape your bowl down to mix it properly.
Yeah. I went and ordered something off of Walmart because it had the way cheapest price.
Full German sauerkraut. Yep. I have jokes here, but I won't go there. But anyway.
I was looking to see if The Mandalorian was out in the 3 seasons. The Mandalorian was out on DVD, and on Amazon, they had all these high prices and stuff. Walmart again struck like lightning. Yeah, we got this one. We got the special pack, this one, and the regular plain one. So I got the regular plain one. Just finished watching the last one of it this afternoon. Oh, Skookum Ranch.
What's
hey,
up, man?
Howdy. And Prepper 101. Woo!
And raccoon.
Anyways, the one characters in there, which sub characters throughout it and stuff, are big jowls and everything else. And look like almost like Grumpy from the original Snow White. But the one guy said he would say something and he goes, "I have spoken." And that's the thing when they're done, when they're trying to make a point, he goes, "I have spoken." That means end of discussion. We're done talking about this.
We're done. Shut up. We're done.
Yeah.
Mr. Coon.
Several things just flashed through my mind from back in the 60s and 70s on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. Yeah, and here's the one problem I found between seasons 2 and seasons 3. Because season 2, the end of the second little bit of season 2, that's when they started Ahsoka, or they were working on stuff for Ahsoka, and at the end of season 2, it said coming soon, before the next season, before season 3 of Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett. And guess who was in a lot of the Book of Boba Fett? The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. Yeah. And so and Luke Skywalker and Grogu. And so I get there like, wait, when did all this happen? Oh crap, that's right. Because I see the little shorts and stuff and the little reels and stuff on it. And I'm realizing that, okay, that's from the Book of Boba Fett. Crap. So I'm going to go try to find the Book of Boba Fett. One season, sold out everywhere, including Wally World. The only place I can watch it if I'm gonna drop a bundle and get Disney. Until they get rid of their woke people, I ain't gonna do that. And the woke people started screwing up the Book of Boba Fett. And John, I can't pronounce his last name, Favreau, the one that played Happy in Iron Man. He wrote it, he directed, he produced it. He was the driving force behind the Book of Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and the Book of Boba Fett. And when after season 3, he said, "Screw this, I'm done. You can take your woke crap, and I'm going to go work for DC."
Yeah, so Skookum Branch. I'm like, I'm the grammar Nazi.
Don's in the house here. WD Glock and Roll.
What's up, Don?
Oh, yeah. But after binge watching it with the grandsons the last several days, it's actually a really good series. And I really want now I want to see. I get the Book of Boba Fett. Yes, Star Wars.
How woke are they becoming on those series now? Yeah, they're getting a little woke on some of them. I never watched them. You know what? Give me the original 6-star or 9 or whatever Star Wars movies. I'll watch them. All the offshoots in that, nah.
We bought a new ranch. So that's his new channel. Cool. All right, Don. So that's you. All righty.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Where's Uncle Al? I don't know. I haven't seen Uncle Al around. He hasn't come into my lives hardly all in the side chat. But he is watching all my shorts and everything else and commenting on them. He's watching all my videos and commenting on my videos. And, like the 4 shorts I'm dropping every day on, your prep work today. He's watching all of them and commenting on them. So there it is. So that's his new channel. So let me go over here to this one here.
Oh, that's it. You get a wrench, buddy.
He gets a wrench. Skookum Ranch. Ranch. There we go. Boom.
So right, where does the term skookum come from? Now we need to know.
Skookum.
There's a reason there, just like my Mad Chick Acres. There's a reason.
Yeah.
There's some verbiage going on there that we don't know, but now we want to know because you put it up. Let's hear it.
Oh, well, I got halfway through spelling it and it pops up. There is also the Skookum Chuck Narrows in British Columbia. Skookum is a Chinook jargon word that has been widespread used in British Columbia and the Yukon, as well as the Pacific Northwest. It ranges in meanings commonly associated with an English translation of strong or monstrous. Oh, Sasquatch! That's what it's for. That's what it's for.
He did mention Bigfoot, so there you go.
Yes, he's a Bigfoot. He's a Bigfoot man. Yes, because here's where it gets funny. The top picture here.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Skookum.
Okay.
So we figured it out. All right, you can go back to sleep. Indian name for Bigfoot. Yep, there it is.
Yep. All right. Oh man, yeah. I hear 2 grandsons running around out there. They're being quiet, but they're running around.
Yeah, give them about 12 seconds. They'll be screaming.
No, these are the 2 that kind of get along better than the others. The 2 middle ones.
How much of your taco meat do you have left? Not much.
Actually, it all went in jars. They've been eating the pot roast in the taco seasoning.
There you go.
And but they get it's kind of dry and stuff. They go like, You want ketchup? Yeah. Nom, 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 nom. Ketchup all over the face. Yeah.
Now, what kind of ketchup are you using?
Using the Simply, which is no. You understand all the ingredients. You know what they are.
Oh yeah.
But I'm this even the sugar-free Ray's barbecue sauce or the Kinder's sugar-free barbecue sauce, a little too for them right now.
A little too tart.
Not no spicy.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Single digit. Now is that plus or minus on those single digits? Because Mother Earth Garden Club is in the minus on the single digits.
I'm at 22 right now here in South Central PA. So
we warmed up today, and I was surprised. I went out; it started snowing. Threw out some more rock salt on the walkway, and then it warmed up. And then I heard the water just dripping off the into the gutters and off the metal slope roof of the covering the patio and stuff. And it's like, wait, it wasn't supposed to get that warm, was it? And let's see, let me see. So the high today was supposed to be 35. I'm not sure. And today and right now it's gotten down to 31. The low is supposed to be 23 tonight. Tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 32. Patchy fog in the morning, then mostly sunny, which means hardly any clouds, which means why it's colder. Saturday, the clouds come back in and it warms back up again. Sunday, we got slight chance of rain and snow, and the temperatures are up to 40 degrees. 44 on Monday. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, I'm looking at 44 out here to go help my buddy cut firewood. I'm like, that's a warm day. I'm cutting firewood all day. I don't care.
If it gets to 44 on Monday, I should be able to get my tractor into the shop. That little diesel does not like to start out there since it doesn't have a block heater on it.
Nah, and I don't even bother trying to start mine in the container in the wintertime. Yeah. I have no need to.
Well, I want to get it into the shop. If I get it into the shop, then I can go because their snow keeps blowing underneath. I can't get anything to put those heating block pads I got, the adhesive pads to put on it. I'll be able to put that on it and put one on the fuel tank to warm the fuel tank up to keep it from gelling. And then when it snows, I can go out there, turn the timer on, let it warm everything up, for half an hour, go start it up and just clear my driveway really quick in a couple passes, and then clear the road in front of the house and tick off the snowmobilers in town by pushing the snow farther off the roadway because it's still a couple feet on the pavement and the guy doesn't know how to get it off there. So I'll just push it off into piles. That way they'll quit driving right in front of the house there, causing problems.
Blocking you in.
No, they just, especially on the other side, they come across down there between it's about 10 feet or so from the fence to the, actually about 12 feet to the asphalt. And that's city right away.
Yeah, it's a right away. Yeah.
And they go through there and and so they cut across everyone's driveways and stuff. And when they start to go off this, they spin it and they throw all the snow and crap back on the driveway.
Yeah.
And it makes it hard for the grandkids out there because basically they just turn into a friggin' mess out there. 20 degrees on
New Jersey Gulag, yeah.
Oh. I saw a couple of things saying about listing the 5 worst places to live in the United States, and each of them had different reasons, but they all agreed on the number 1 worst state to live in.
Jersey. That's why I left.
And the one was, I guess they're adding more taxes and regulations on everything
Oh
you
yeah.
do.
Well, I used to love going to Jersey because I could fill up with my gas up there. It was cheaper than down here. And then now, nope, it's the same. They added, another 20% tax to the fuel. So the fuel up there is the same price as down here. So yeah.
No, actually not. I'm not going to put a blower on it because then I have to be driving backwards the entire time because the only type of blower I can put on it is a 3-point off the back end.
You can get a front blower. You just need to run the hydraulics for it.
It doesn't have a big enough hydraulic pump on it.
Yeah.
So what I am going to get though is this kit.
Yeah, well, that's what mine currently has. So.
Yeah, yours came with it. Mine did not. They did not put it. They did not put it on the 2410 SL 2410 loaders. They didn't put it on there. Coyote still doesn't offer for it. This is aftermarket through AskTractorMike.com, and his site he finds all these ones that are doing it, and he's become sort of like a wholesale distributor for all these different companies that make these niche things like this, and so they actually sell more stuff because they're selling it through him. Yep. And so it comes with the this part here, and then it comes with this part here, which goes on the back of it's welded to the back of the bucket.
Yep.
So, yeah. And
guess how much? I love mine because I can drop my bucket off and pick up my my grapple, connect the hydraulic lines, now. Meanwhile, once I took the bucket off and put the grapple on there, I haven't put the bucket on in 2 years. I use that grapple because I'm doing mostly tree work and stuff. Yeah. So the bucket, it'll go back on. It ain't going anywhere. It's steel and it's painted and it's not rusting, even though it's got probably 3 inches of ice sitting in it right now. But love the quick connect because I can grab pretty much any Bobcat, whatever, quick connect, anything and put it on the front, but I don't really need that much.
Yeah. So guess how much this is going to cost me for both pieces? The
$800.
The attachment on the front and the piece to weld on the bucket.
$800.
Well, I'll give this. The cheapest I've seen them elsewhere was $3,500.
Just for those two pieces? Jeez.
So 1,223, and I got the email on it somewhere, and it was like $280 for shipping.
Yeah, well, it's still cheaper than buying a bigger tractor right now.
Oh yeah, and not only that, once I have this on here, then Curtis across the street has a boatload of other attachments now, and he goes, hey, when you get yours fixed, you let me know you want to borrow something.
Yep.
If I want to borrow, the big thing, if I want to borrow the forks, and But what I'll do is for next winter, I'll get this on there before next winter, and then I'll get a snow box.
Yep.
I'll get a 6-foot wide snow box, and that way I can just drive out of the shop with it up to the thing, turn, and just go down on the shoulder of my side down to the end where the turn is. There's a big open field there. I just push it out in that field. Then I can go around and I start pushing everything down, just clear it, off the asphalt by about a foot or two for most of it. So
you better put like 800 pounds of dead weight on the 3-point to offset the load of the snow, and hopefully your tractor can pick it up.
The tractor won't pick up; it just pushes. And when I go to pick up, I go to as far as I can go. Then I dump as I pick up, and then I hold it up high, and I push a little bit, and I push a little bit to get far enough if I need to. But I'll just have the scraper box on the back.
Okay.
And I'll just that way I can keep it on my street, but from the along the one side of the property there, the entire thing that way, and halfway going down the other way. I can keep that totally clear, and that'll also piss off all the snowmobiles that when there's snow on the street, they come driving down the street. It happened the one time I was out there and I threw out a 50-pound bag of rock salt to make a walkway across so the grandkids wouldn't fall. Yeah, I came around there.
Went from snow to
He went sideways trying to hit that. Yeah, ooh, he sidled. What the crap? Because no one else really takes care of cleaning it, other than Brandon. When he owned this, he had his Bobcat, not Bobcat. He had his John Deere skid steer with a snow box on it. He kept the street fairly clean too.
Right.
But since I bought it, nobody's been cleaning it much. I can't get it as clean as he did, and usually it's problematic. But now, once I get the tractor all taken care of, and I get it set up right where I can actually do that, I'll be able to keep it clear a lot quicker, and they'll stop coming up my street totally altogether.
Yeah, I want to make a 55-gallon drum attachment for my 3-point. So I can put an empty drum on there, go down to the stream, load it up, fill it up, and bring it back, and not worry about playing games with the bucket and straps and stuff like that. And then if I have to, I just leave it there. Yeah, tractor flamethrower.
Don't. Okay. I've seen some broken down brush hogs around here. Rotary mowers on the 3-point. Mm-hmm. And if I can get hold of like a 6-foot one or a 7-foot wide one, where it's the gearbox is all shot, I'll just pull all that off, throw it in the scrap iron bin, and I'll attach some
propane the nozzles,
the propane weed killer ones, 2500 BTU weed killer ones, a couple of those on there.
You better have a big bottle of propane in the bucket.
No, I'll build the rack up and put the 100-pound propane bottle up on top of it.
Yeah.
And 100-pound propane, I just go.
Yeah, you'll melt it, and as it turns to water, it'll just turn to a sheet of ice. So the grandkids can ice skate back and forth.
It'll evaporate it off the road.
Yeah.
It'll be looking like a steam cloud out there. But the other reason I want to do that is in the early spring, when the weeds are about this tall, especially the goat heads and the Russian broom, if I had to, I just go across and just slowly just turn it all to biochar.
There you go.
Turn it all to biochar and ash, and burn all the seeds, destroy all the seeds of the weed seeds and stuff.
Just make sure you got a 55-gallon drum of water and electric water pump on there, in case other things catch fire. You don't want to do that.
No, well, I got across the street where I'll be doing this at, I got several hydrants out there with 175 foot of hose on each hydrant.
There you go.
T-Ber says he likes the way Jay thinks, and Jay goes, sometimes I scare myself. Yeah.
I can picture all that. Now I can picture doing the flamethrower and having a 55-gallon drum of water with a water pump and fine spray jet nozzles. So as I cruise over the weeds to burn them, the jet nozzles of a fine mist of water put it out.
Yeah. And it puts out any chunks of wood that caught fire under there, any small tree branches that fell down, and puts those out. But yeah. But yeah, that's hopefully I will get I'll get the bucket changed over this spring, and then next September I will buy the snow box. But in the meantime, as soon as I get it changed over in the spring, I may go to one of the dealerships around here and pick up a set of tight back forks. They'll lock on it really tight back to it. And because right now I got this forks that go on the end of my bucket, so it's sticking out there another 18 inches, 24 inches out farther from the pivot point. So it takes
no lift capacity.
Yeah. So if I can get that, then I can move the totes that are full of dirt around a lot easier. What we got here?
Yeah.
That sounds like us in the wintertime when I was working for Mountain Cascade Construction. In the wintertime, when sometimes when all the jobs are shut down because it's pouring down really bad there in California. It never rains in California, but it pours. And we'd be sitting around there, and we'd all right, maintenance time. We pull equipment in, work on and stuff. Sometimes it's like, oh shit, we got to try making something. We designed new buckets, and the owner patented them for the company and stuff. V-ditch buckets, and now you see them everywhere. And they were and had a piggyback bucket on it too. So he had for digging a V trench, okay. So you don't have to use shoring or shields and stuff for putting in pipe and stuff in a new construction area. And also we built these big V buckets. They scoop it up, and you dump it way off on the side, or it was maybe an off-haul, put it right in the truck, and then on the back of the bucket where it's rounded, we welded a couple of pieces of 1.25 inch steel on the back, welded bushing housings on them, put the bucket pin bushings inside so we could attach another smaller 24-inch bucket with a long thing on. So basically, it would dig, and then he would turn the bucket and use the 2-foot bucket to dig it. So the trench would go down like this, and it would only be down for like 3 feet, but that it saved digging time and everything else, and it didn't have to be shored at that height. 3 feet doesn't have to be shored. So. Yeah, we took a golf cart one winter because we had a job coming up, and we were putting in 88-inch diameter pipe, steel pipe. We took a golf cart and turned it into a go-kart with a trailer behind it to be able to run inside the pipe and haul mortar up there for the guys doing the mortar, because the pipe was lined with concrete except for 12 inches on each side. So the pipe would come together and they'd weld it up. And then the guys had to go in and mortar it and get a special mortar mix so it matched the rest of the pipe.
How big was this pipe? 60 inch?
88 inch.
All right. You could drive a car through it. Yep. Or a golf cart.
Yeah, but things, we took the golf cart, took it apart, took the battery box, took 2-inch angle iron, made a long battery box instead of the wide one for it, threw a couple more batteries on it to give it longer life, and hardwired chargers in it. So they pulled it up and they just plugged these 3 plugs in, and it would start charging the batteries. And you basically drove it like this. One of the guys was totally crazy, absolutely totally crazy. We first had it before we put the flat deck on the back and the trailer hitch on it. He went down there and went it, and he punched him. Shoo! And he goes, "Oh, this is cool." And he backed down there and he started driving. And you see how fast he go backwards and forwards, so the guys could say what they needed to do, figure out if we needed to tweak or anything. One guy got on it when it was down in there, came flying out. We could see him coming because we put some LED headlights on it. And he goes,
"Oops."
No, didn't turn it over. He turned and it was just around and back down again. And everyone's like, holy crap, he did a 360 as he was going, because he was going through the pipe. So he turned it. So he went up one side, around, down the other, but he's still going more forward than he is side to side.
Right.
Barely made it around, got up to the end. He goes, "That was cool." The boss goes up to him and goes, "You made me my goddamn nephew, but you do that again, I'm going to kick your butt, fire you, and disown your mother."
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, chaser lights.
Oh, they had flood. They had all sorts of lights on it. They had we on the deck. We put some smaller batteries under the deck for work lights because we didn't want to have the work lights on the same batteries that moved it. And so when I was down there, it would they'd turn on the work lights once it was sitting there and do their work and stuff. And when the work lights went out, they're going, okay, we're getting probably low on battery for the cart as well. And then turn the lights on the cart and back it up and get it out and charge everything up. But yeah, that was a monstrous little toy, and they still have it. They when they got done doing it, they in the shop area, they had an old box car in there, and that's where they kept the expensive fittings and stuff in. And because I made a really neat locking system on it. Took a T19 master padlock in there, up in the thing. You had to get up into it. Anyways, they took it and set it up on top of that. So it's inside a building, this railroad car is, and they set it up on top of it. And I was just talking to my nephew who works there. He goes, yeah, it's still up on top there. We keep trying to ask, can we take it down, drive it around the yard? And they go, nope.
Nope. Of course, now it won't start. It's been 10 years, but yeah.
Yeah. And with well, it's been longer than that. Okay, I left Mountain in 1998, and it had been sitting up there for a year before I left. And
still there.
And they say, yeah, it's still there. They ain't gonna get rid of it. If they get another job like that, they'll use it, or some other type of job where they'll need something like that. Hey, it's there. Yeah. The owner of the company does not get rid of stuff like that. He says, hey,
we're going, we don't need no stinking OSHA.
His thing is, if it's a specialty equipment and it paid for itself on the first job, we're keeping it, because then we don't have to pay to do it again, and it's all profit on the next job. Yeah. Well, okay, it's a quarter after. I'm gonna have to go kick the boys off from watching their movie and put them to bed here. All right, let's see. So coming up here Friday, tomorrow night, on Camp Patton is Homestead Focus. Everything now or one thing at a time. We're talking about what, if you're setting up a homestead, or even you're just fixing your yard up to add, to gorilla grow chickens, or whatever you're going to do there. Talk about putting things in order, making decisions, making plans, and focusing on doing things in the right order. That's what tomorrow night's about. Saturday back here is, what is your dream specialty gear? So bring your list on Saturday night of what is your dream gear that you could want to get if you had not unlimited funds, but had extra funds. Monday on Camp Patton, it's going to be canning ground beef with flavorings. And Tactical Tuesday is large or small caliber. And just as a little side note, we're going to talk about this there. One of the channels I follow, Banana Ballistics, and several other guys were talking. Well, everybody's talking about, is the 223 is the M16 maximized for the 223 5.56? Is it maximized to work at that? And so the guy got a 14-inch, got the 16-inch, got a 20-inch, and then got a 24-inch barrels for different weapons on it. The last one was actually a lever action 223. He after he's seeing what it did on the 14, do the chronometer and damage on targets, and then the 16, and then the 20, and he figured, oh, I'm guessing about this is what the chronometer is going to be with the through the 24-inch barrel, and it was a lot more. And then he realized, oh, yeah, it doesn't have the automatic cycling, the cycling of a semi-auto.
Yeah,
it's lever action. So all the power got behind that 223, and it went through some serious crap.
Yep.
So, all right, Kaylin. Hope you get everything done at the mosque you want to get done there. All righty, folks. That's it for tonight. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for side chat there, comments, and get involved with your local government, whether it's city or you're out of the city in the county. Get involved, make yourself known, get your neighbors involved too, and let those elected officials know that they're being watched. And then, of course, you really have fun. Oh, yeah, we're here representing Doge.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. See you later.
Have a good night.